One lesson I would take away from this whole situation is, like, in truth, no one in crypto really gives a shit about you. Not Harry Yeh, not anyone else, as much as they might say, yeah, we care about you. They just don't. So just make your own decisions, do your own research on things. Hey, hello, and how's it going, my fellow DeFi DEGEN friends? I hope you're all doing well. We had another update in the Harry saga. Perhaps I should just rename this channel to DeFi DEGEN's Harry Yeh of some sort. But Harry Yeh released a Medium article this morning, which was quite anticipated in the community, both in tomb.finance primarily, and then the 2omb community as well was anticipating it. And it was basically outlining, you know, how the partnership is going to be cohesive, how it's going to work, but it kind of came down to a buy the rumour, sell the news event. So people are anticipating the news around this point here. It's around 10 AM, 6th of Feb on UTC time, and this is when Harry Yeh teased that he's writing an article that's going to provide clarity about the protocol. Pumped up right up until Harry released the article about here. So people were buying at about 8k bottom for this article release, assuming that T-shares, you know, continue its run because it's going to be bullish news. The article was released at exactly about this point at 10.6k, and then it dumped off the news, and it's currently sitting at 9k, with the potential to drop some more. In stark contrast, based on that announcement, which was around here at the same time, two shares jumped from about 5.8 and it's currently sitting at 6.8. So the main concern is, if you're a tomber, as a lot of people are, people in tomb.finance, you know, they put a lot of faith and a lot of their judgment in Harry. You know, they believe in his abilities, they believe in his backing, the vision that he's brought to life for Tomb. Albeit he's done such an amazing job, he's brought Tomb from the absolute pits when he took over. But right now, a lot of the things that he's doing is kind of just killing off the momentum and the trust in the project. A lot of people are just migrating straight to 2omb. If you are thinking about migrating over, just take a lot of caution with that. Obviously, you know, bubbles don't keep inflating forever, they do burst at some point, so take a lot of caution going there. However, you know, the market cap is still relatively low compared to Tomb, so there's still a lot more growth for 2omb to grow into, and obviously they've got a lot, like, back-in treasury from the 3omb protocol, so there's a lot of good things happening at 2omb. I just don't want to say to anyone jump in and move all your funds there, because, you know, nothing goes up forever. So on to the article. It's an 18-minute read, so you can go and check it out yourself. It's part 1, tomb.finance partnering with 2 and 3omb. To be honest, I don't really see any key information that's worth talking about that people don't know about already. So this is the juicy part. Taking a small position in 2-3 share. Immediately after the conversation with the executive team, I needed some time to digest information clearly. So Harry actually made a bit of a oopsie. He bought 2 shares from one of the deployers that people were actually tracking. I think the deployer may have been linked to Tomb, so that's how people tracked it. We spoke in a previous video about Harry buying a lot of 2 shares after he made the Twitter announcement. Obviously that was speculation. He's kind of cleared it up now that Harry did buy 2 shares. He posted the deployer wallet, which showed, quite interestingly, that this is the wallet right here. They bought 102 shares on February the 2nd at 8:43 PM. The tweet where he made the accusation that 2omb is a rug came on February 2nd at 7:45 AM. So Harry Yeh made an announcement at 7:45 in the morning, and then within 12 hours he'd spoke to the team, he'd made put all these plans in place, they secured the partnership, and as a goodwill gesture, as noted in his Medium article, 12 hours later he purchased 100 2 shares token for about $135,000. So it's just a bit crazy to me. How do you go from making that rug announcement and then 12 hours later you're making a goodwill gesture to the project for 130k? I just don't think, even in crypto, things don't turn around that fast. Obviously it's just speculation. However, this is just the deployer wallet that people, like, caught onto. Obviously this is immutable, he can't deny this fact, so he's had to own up to this. There's no way that he could deny it, but that's just the one that we know about. Harry Yeh is a businessman at the end of the day, him and his team. He's throwing 130k into 2 shares as a goodwill gesture. He's obviously he knows he's making an investment into that project, so would he and his team not be making personal deposits into that project too, taking positions? So he said in this article, addressing the optics on FUD to buy 2 shares cheap. First, I want to dispel any misconceptions, notions or rumours that I said 2-3 was a rug and I bought it for the lowest price. My initial entry 102 share cost $1,400. So maybe he didn't buy the absolute rock bottom, but he still bought in at an extremely good price, and that was before the announcement was made to the whole community. So all of the tomb.finance community has just been kind of like shit on, really. They didn't get any precursors, any pre-warnings, no information. It just got dropped on them, and by that point, the price had already doubled at least. So it just makes you think, is Harry Yeh, the Lord and Saviour that everyone wants him to be, or is Harry Yeh just in it for his own gain? Guy's a multi-billionaire. He's not going to be thinking about the average Joe. He doesn't care what you're thinking. He only wants to make money, and he's going to do that through Tomb, 2om, 3om, and pretty much any way he can. And that is just a way of life. That's the way of crypto. That's the way of investing. That's how everyone thinks. Everyone is pretty much anonymous. No one cares about the next guy. People are just thinking about themselves. And if you're going to learn anything from this whole situation with Harry Yeh, maybe take that on board. Don't put 100% trust in a guy that you've never met, because his sole intention is to make money for himself, and as is the same for another guy you might meet, or a girl, or anyone that you meet on the blockchain and you don't know who they are. It's likely that they'll just use you for exit liquidity. So one lesson I would take away from this whole situation is, in truth, no one in crypto really gives a shit about you. Not Harry Yeh, not anyone else, as much as they might say, yeah, we care about you. They just don't. So just make your own decisions, do your own research on things, take some lessons from what's happened. I know it's it's a bit of a shitstorm at the moment. A lot of people are still pissed off. T-shirts are still dropping, 2om's still going up. Quite a lot of people have been burnt from it. But it's just the way of life, these lessons that we learn, this is how we grow and get better. I think both projects are still going to do well. There's still lots of potential there for Tomb, and there's still lots there for 2om. Obviously, you have to see how it plays out over the next couple of weeks, see if the projects are working together. But keep your eye on both, because if you're not in a Discord or in the Telegram, keeping your eye on it at all times, as is with crypto, then you're going to be missing out on a lot of key information and sentiments that are going on. Obviously, don't spend all your life in Discord, because you just lose your mind. There's so much shit going on all the time. But just try to keep up with your investments. It's not like traditional investing, obviously. There's a million things happening a day. You could be away for a day and the price could drop 50%, or it could pump 50%, and you just want to be managing your positions. Hopefully there's not too much more drama that comes out of all of this. Obviously, it's been a bit of a crazy week. Follow me on Twitter, it's _Charus, CHARUS. I'll leave a link in the description. Hope you're enjoying the videos. Stay safe out there, make good investments, and have a great day.